Hello, my name is Sherry, and I am the author of From Sabotage to Success. I have been reading this book here on YouTube, partially to just bring the book to life, also to bring back some of these concepts that have been so helpful to so many people. Right now, I'm writing a new book, and some of the things that I wrote in my previous book, From Sabotage to Success, I'm also going to put in a new book. But I hope in the meantime that these concepts that I'm sharing with you, you'll find them to be helpful, beneficial, even actionable, meaning things you can take action on and enjoy doing. A big part of my program, a big part of my teaching is about visualization. Creative visualization, imagination, all of these things tied together. And there's a lot of teachings on this that I draw from, and so probably in future videos I'll also share some of what I'm drawing from as well. But for now, I want to go ahead and jump into a part of the chapter that I haven't shared with you yet. And I'm pulling from a chapter called See It, Believe It, Make It Real. And in that chapter, there are multiple examples of things that you can do to use this concept to your benefit. It's not just about closing your eyes and imagining things, although sometimes that's one way. And it's not just about making a vision board, although sometimes that's one way. But I've learned a lot along the way, and I want to share those things with you so that you can also take this information and find the part that works the best for you. So the part I'm going to read today is called Beneficial Billboard. It's from page 111 in From Sabotage to Success. You might not be able to avoid advertisements, but you can use the tool of visual display to your advantage. You can make a beneficial billboard. Your beneficial billboard can work like a multi-million-dollar ad campaign, yet the whole project can be very inexpensive depending on what materials you currently have available to you. A beneficial billboard is a collage that contains words, phrases, and pictures that remind you of your goals and dreams. It's a hands-on, creative project that awakens your subconscious mind to new possibilities. To begin, you'll need a poster board, glue, and a stack of magazines. Set aside some time to sort through the magazines and cut out words and pictures that represent your goals. If you want to travel to Hawaii, cut out pictures of Hawaii. Cut out the word Hawaii. Cut out pictures of people eating, swimming, snorkeling, or sunbathing in Hawaii. Anything that represents the things you want to manifest in your life. You can also cut out pictures that symbolize your goals. For example, if you want more self-esteem, you can cut out pictures that symbolize self-esteem to you. A cat can be symbolic of self-esteem and self-autonomy. A bald eagle can symbolize rarity, beauty, strength, and clear vision. You can choose any picture that symbolizes values that you want to focus your attention on. You can either make a different beneficial billboard for each area of your life, or you can section your poster board off and focus on several different areas at once. Use colorful poster board that evokes a feeling of lightness and positivity, and avoid clustering your pictures too close together. Space your pictures enough so it's easy to focus on each one individually. As an experiment, you can look through magazines for which type of ad captures your attention. What's your style? What type of art do you enjoy? Use what already works for you so that your beneficial billboard will be enjoyable to look at. Once you have designed your beneficial billboard, put it someplace where you'll be able to see it on a regular basis. Look at it daily and allow the pictures to come to life for you. Imagine yourself doing, being, and having all of the elements of your beneficial billboard. As you imagine this vividly, your mind will open the way for these dreams to become your reality. In the beginning, you may doubt that it's going to work, but don't give up. Look at your beneficial billboard every day until it becomes comfortable for you to think of yourself as a person who is worthy and capable of your goals. At first you might think, I don't really need to go there, or how will I ever have time to do all these things? But with repeated exposure to your new goals, change begins to feel more and more feasible. You'll begin to feel comfortable with this new idea, and maybe you'll even feel driven to accomplish it. This is the power of repetition working in your favor. All right, well, there's several things in that reading that I could kind of hone in on and talk about a little bit more. The power of repetition was one of the last things that I read about, and I just can't overemphasize the importance of repetition in helping you to learn something new. And part of learning is doing, and part of learning is practicing. And I don't know that all of us get these lessons in life, meaning in just a more practical kind of way when it comes to our goals, like our life purpose, for example. That's why I always keep coming back to my roller skating and roller derby analogies, because I right now am involved in a culture here in Southern California where I go to a location, I show up to skate, and there's a lot of people at this skating location that are my age and older. And then there's a lot of people I'm also seeing on Facebook who are my age and older, and either picking up roller skating for the first time or getting back involved in roller skating after many years. So roller skating is like something you can see. That's why I like to use it as an example. It's also something you can feel. But the philosophies and the concepts behind being a person who picks up roller skating and gets better at it is exactly the same as a lot of other things that you want to try to do, but you don't know how to do yet. So coming back to this idea of a beneficial billboard. I know that chances are you're watching this video, you're in my age range, because the YouTube algorithms are finding you and you're finding me because of this criteria, right? So we've been around the block a few times, we've learned some things, we've experienced some things and whatnot. And sometimes we are just doing what we always did because it's what we've always done, and that's just the way it is. But then other times a shock comes into our life, like a worldwide pandemic, for example, and we realize, oh my gosh, I can't keep doing everything exactly the way I was doing it before. I have to do something different. And lo and behold, we figure it out. Time and time again, we figure it out. But I'm saying that we don't have to have an emergency or a drama or a trauma come into our lives to force us to do something different. We're capable of doing something different by choice. However, chances are, if we're going from doing something we've always done to doing something we've never done, when we first start doing it, we're not going to be very good at it. And we're probably, maybe on some level inside of ourselves saying, it's not working, forget it, I'm going to stop, I give up. And my goal here is to help you to get past that. My goal here with the reading, with the techniques, with the tips and everything that I'm sharing with you is to not give up. And that even includes don't give up on the tip or the technique. So if the tip or the technique is a beneficial billboard and you do one, be sure that you don't hide it under the bed after 2 weeks when nothing seems like it's happening. Be sure that you keep on doing it. Just like a roller skater who wants to learn how to do a certain technique keeps on doing it over and over and over and over again. It's probably hundreds of times, thousands of times, countless times. And even in that instance, sometimes they're going to fall. Sometimes they're not going to be able to do the thing that they could do yesterday, last week. And that's just something that you accept. So I want you to learn how to accept that in all categories, not just in some categories, or not just in the categories you feel forced into doing, or not tell yourself this story, well, that's something that other people are good at, but I'm not good at it. No, all of us get better with practice, and it doesn't matter what age we're at. So this beneficial billboard concept, it's very similar to something that you may have heard of as a vision board. And to be honest, as in my new book that I'm updating and writing right now, I have some ideas about how the traditional old school vision board that I heard about in the past isn't necessarily the best idea. And here's why. I said in the reading that you might use a stack of magazines, and that's what a lot of people have done when they make vision boards. Well, the thing is, everything that ends up in a magazine is there because of advertising or editorial decisions, right? Decisions made by an editorial team. Well, the editorial team doesn't care about you. The editorial team hasn't walked in your shoes. The advertisers just want to sell products. So I'll be talking in future videos more than once about the idea of you using some of your own images, meaning photographs with you in them, the real you, not a picture of somebody else. And also making sure that the images that you're using are consistent and congruent with one another. Like, I'm a social work professor, for example, and I'm working with a group full of people who want to become social workers someday. Well, if you want to become a social worker, you have to accept the fact that you're not going to make the same kind of money as a multi-billionaire. I don't know, maybe unless you get in some really good investment things or something like that. But from your job as a social worker, you're not going to be driving a Ferrari, for example. So your subconscious mind, it can pick up on these subtleties in these inconsistencies, and it can create a sort of an inner resistance with you. So I want you to make it so that some of that resistance goes away. Resistance and self-sabotage actually go hand in hand. So by using images of you, the real you of yourself, in collaboration with images of things you want to do, your subconscious mind can assimilate that. So you choose those images like things that you've accomplished that you feel really good about. And then when you see it, that feeling comes inside of you. So now that feeling can be combined with the new goal, and the two things can go together. That's just one example of a tip that I'll give you. I'll give you more in future videos, but I like to keep these videos under 15 minutes. Sometimes they're even only 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. In between the videos, I hope that you take action on some of these things and just start where you can. Don't make a big deal out of it. Even if it just, you find a little photo and you stick it up on your mirror and you don't even make the whole project. But in your mind, you set the intention. In your mind, you know why you're doing that. In your mind, you're planting a seed. You're planting an idea. You're telling your subconscious mind that I want more of this. And then don't give up. All right, that's all for me. That's all for this video. Bye for now, and keep in touch.